This is how you can get into property as a beginner with no money. Many people think that they need to save up for a deposit to buy a house and rent it out if they want to be a property investor. That is the old-fashioned way. You might be watching this right now with £500 in your bank. What do you do? If I teach you to save up money, which is, by the way, what most people will tell you, they'll say, work hard, save money, have an ISA account, and work really hard and be really patient for 10 years, and then finally, you've got a deposit to buy a house. That is what we call the slow way. I'm gonna be showing you the fast ways and the way that you can do it with starting with no money. And I tell you something, guys, I've done this myself. I have done challenges, social experiments where I've stripped myself from all my identity, from my cash, from my bank, and boom, within 7 days, I'm doing deals, making money in property. And this is the video. This is the one. You're here. This is the one where I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So if you like my videos, do me a favor, smash the like button. But more importantly than smashing the like button is taking action on what I say. So the first way is this: partnering with other people. Partnering. Just because you don't have the money to buy properties, that doesn't matter. Because to buy properties, there's actually 4 things that you need. You need the ability to find the deal. You need the skills to negotiate and project manage the deal. You need the team in place, the power team, the builders, the agents, the mortgage brokers, and finally you need the money. So let's say that you've not got any money. Could you get the skills to negotiate the deals? Yes. The skills to be able to oversee the project? Yes. Could you get the skills to find the deals? Yes. Could you get the people in place to oversee it, and the management and the power team? Yes. So if you don't have the money, go get the other stuff that you need and then partner with somebody that's got the money. I'm gonna give you a really, really good basic tip right now, okay? Find a banging deal. Invest in yourself first. Educate yourself. Get good, get the skills, get the team. Well, when I was 17, I just joined Business Networking International, went and joined BNI, paid £1,000. Boom. I was a teenager. Why did I do that? Now I've got connections in that group with builders and plumbers and mortgage brokers. Now I've leveled up. Why did I go on courses? Everyone laughed at me. Why are you going on property courses if you've got no money? Because I know that I'm my best asset. Before I invest in property, I'm going to invest in myself. Then, once you start finding good deals, what you can do is you can approach investors, okay? And you can say, hey, I'd like your opinion. I've got a deal I'm looking at potentially buying myself, or maybe partnering with an investor on. I'd love if you could have a look at the deal and give me your opinion on it. And if the deal's a banger, there's a good chance that they'll say, well, that's a good deal. So what are you offering to your partners? What I'm offering to my partners is I'm going to give them a fixed return on investment of 10%, or I'm going to give them a 50% profit share. And then they might go, well, I've got a bit of money. I could potentially be interested. Boom. And if they don't, if they just go, oh, that was good for you, then go and speak to somebody else. Hey, I've got this deal. I'd love your opinion on it. Would it be all right if I could spend 10, 20 minutes showing you the deal and getting your thoughts? Don't sell to them. Don't pitch to them. Show them how banging the deal is. So that's the first way. And then you can also partner with people by deal selling. And deal selling is a similar thing. You could go, right now, you could book on a networking event, a property networking event, and you could go and meet a whole bunch of property investors, even though you've got no money, and ask them questions. Ask them, what kind of properties are you looking to invest in? Interesting. Oh, you're looking for development opportunities in London. Oh, you're looking for flips in the Northeast. If I can find you a good property investment that suits your criteria, I'm a deal sourcer. Would you be open to paying me a finder's fee of £3,000? These property investors that you're meeting at these networking events, they got hundreds of thousands of pounds. If you can negotiate them a good deal, would they pay you £3,000? Yes. So think about partnering, packaging and selling deals. Second way you can do it, instead of trying to buy houses, the problem with trying to buy houses is traditional way of buying houses is to save up money, buy a house. It takes time, it takes years. What about if you could control properties instead? So you can do that via something called a purchase option agreement. A purchase option agreement is when you see a house that you like the look of and you say to the owner, you say, look, I'd like to buy it, but I don't have the money right now. Would you be open to renting it from me for 5 years and then I'll buy it at the end of the 5 years? Now you might be thinking, but why would anybody do that? Well, there's a lot of people right now on Rightmove that have got their houses for sale and the same house is for rent. So then you're going to rent it from them with the agreement that you're not going to live in it yourself. You're going to take control of the property, you're going to rent it from them, and then you're going to rent it out at a higher amount. Be creative. Rent it room by room. Rent it short stay lets. You're getting cash flow, and what are you going to do with that cash flow? You're going to save it up, right? And then you're going to use that as the deposit in 5 years when you have the option to buy the house. I mean, this is just like basic stuff. It blows people's brain because they've never done it, but it's very standard way of buying properties amongst wealthy people. Also, what about controlling properties on a commercial rent to rent? There's so many hotels in Birmingham, Wembley, all over the place. And I'm looking at the hotels and I'm thinking, they're charging £100 a night. This small little hotel room. And I'm walking into the hotel and I'm saying, hey, I'm asking the cleaners, because the cleaners know everything. I'm saying to the cleaners, how many rooms are full in this hotel? And they're saying, it's all full. So the hotels are fully booked. But then next door to the hotel is an apartment block. And the apartment block is renting out for £700 per apartment. And I'm thinking, if they're renting out for £100 a night, that's £3,000 a month per room. An apartment, which is not a room, it's a suite. You got a lounge, a kitchen. That's renting out for £700 a month. That's way less. Why is that renting out for so much more than that? Because that has got cleaners, it's systemized, it's short stay lets. Well, what about if I could systemize the apartment block? What about if I could speak to the apartment block owner and rent the whole thing off him? This is what I do. I just secured a hotel on a rent to rent a couple weeks back. In Oxfordshire, I saw a massive building. It was an apartment block. Well, I'd say massive, 34 units, which is, quite big. And I agreed a 5-year lease with the owner, which I've actually extended to 10. I've also got an option on it. I'll probably vlog it at some point. I'm paying them X amount. It's £100 a year. I'll make a couple £100,000 on top. But you don't even have to do it with an apartment block. You could just do it with one apartment. I'll rent it for $700. And then I'll rent it out as short stay lets. As long as you have the right contracts in place, the right agreements in place, check the head lease, the mortgage criteria, make sure that there's no restrictions. On average, our students that do this make £900 per apartment when they do this. You do that 2 or 3 times, you've replaced an average salary. And how much money do you have to put that up front? Next to nothing. So those are some ideas of how you can get into property starting with zero money as a beginner. If you want to come and spend a full day with me, where I can go into much more detail on these strategies, then I'd love to meet you in person. I'm going to leave a link in the description. Get booked on. And the best thing is, it's only £1. £1. Let's spend a day together. Let's get you trained up. I want to see you smashing it out there this year.